the basic device was expanded to include a BUF 8600 buffer module, which can maintain an output current of up to 40 amps for 4 seconds. We could also operate the UPS 8600 DC UPS with battery modules, which would mean that the buffer time would be naturally a lot longer. However, the BUF 8600 is equipped with ultra caps, which is sufficient to demonstrate the principle of operation of the power supply system when the power fails. To start, we simulate a brief power failure using this red button. After 3 seconds, we see how the operating mode switches over from line to buffer operation. The application continues to operate without any interruption. The demonstration automatically switched over to the BUF 8600 faceplate. We can see the charge state of the buffer module here. I repeat the brief power failure, and we can see that the buffer module discharges to approximately 60% until the line voltage returns and the capacitors charge up again. The BUF 8600 charges up again relatively quickly in order to buffer additional power failures on the DC side. Finally, we switch off the application using the knob switch. We then see a process that also happens for longer power failures. I will explain it in advance so that it is easier to understand. In the first 3 seconds, the system responds just the same as for a brief power failure. All 4 outputs are buffered. Outputs 2 to 4 are then shut down so that the remaining energy of the power buffer module is available for the important first output. This priority assignment is automatically realized in the default setting if the buffer module has been discharged to 50%. This means that there is sufficient time to save the data of the industrial PC and to cleanly close the application in a controlled fashion. The first output goes into a no voltage condition, and the S7 1500 switches off only after the IPC has cleanly run down. I now switch off the power. All outputs are buffered for 4 seconds, and then only output 1. Data is saved, and the IPC is run down in a controlled fashion. Output 1 and the PLC are switched off. The application has been correctly terminated. In summary, by completely integrating the SITOP PSU8600 power supply in the automation system, the power supply becomes an important module in the digital environment. This is because not only can the power supply system offer more functions and help save energy, but the control circuit becomes even more reliable.